Hi, welcome to this video where we will learn to master the Extrude Boss feature in SolidWorks. Let's step right into it. To use this feature we first need to create a sketch. In this case we want to add a cylindrical shape on the top of the top plate which is already there. When the sketch is complete we start the Extrude Boss feature from the Features tab at the Command Manager. In the Feature Manager, left in the screen, a new property screen pops up with a bunch of settings for this feature. We will walk through them from top to bottom. In the first section, we need to specify from where the extrude must be applied. By default is this from the same point as where the sketch is drawn as shown in the preview. When the option surface is selected you should select a face or plane from where the extrude should start. And with the option, vertex, you should select a point and with last option, offset, a distance must be entered which defines the distance between the sketch plane and the start of the extrude from there. Next up, in the section Direction 1, we have to specify the length of the Extrude Boss. For this are also quite a few options, blind, though all, up to vertex, up to surface, offset from surface, up to body and mid-plane. We will cover them one by one. Blind, here you need to enter a dimension from the start to the end of the extrude in the input box below. Though all, the extrude will go all the way from the start up to the last geometry in that direction. Up to vertex, you need to select a point from the geometry where the extrude should end. Up to surface, you need to select a surface where the extrude should end. Offset from surface, you need to select a surface and then give a dimension to specify the distance from the select surface. Up to body, you need to select a body and the extrude will end to the first contact point of the selected body. Mid-plane, this works the same as the blind option, but now the extrude goes equal in both directions. Note that the entered length is the total length of the extrude. Now we have covered all the options for the length, let's look at the other options. Next to the option menu for Direction 1 is a button with two arrows. This button defines the direction and can be toggled to apply the extrude in the opposite direction. Under the option drop-down is a selection box. When you click on this, you must select a surface what the direction, normal to the sketch profile, of the extrude specifies. In the middle is a little checkbox. This checkbox determines whether the extrude will be merged to other touching geometry or not. When the extrude will not be merged, it will be a body on its own. If there is more than one body, we call it a multi-body part. You will need this with some other features, where the geometry may not be merged or the other way around. Right underneath the Merge checkbox is a little icon where you can optional add a draft to the extrude. In other words, to apply an consecutive angle from start to end. When toggle this on, an angle dimension must be filled in. At last you can click the checkbox draft outward if the angle should small at the start and bigger at the end. The following section in the Property Manager of the Extrude Boss is Direction 2. By default, this menu is collapsed and you must click the little arrow to access it and click the checkbox to activate it. This section is available when not is chosen for the mid-plane option in the Direction 1 section. It works exactly the same as the previous section, only the extrude will go the opposite direction. Now you know everything about where the Extrude Boss should start and specify the length. This was already a lot of information with this relative simple feature, but there is still more to discover. Let's move on. The Select Contours section is in most cases filled in by SolidWorks automatically. In certain cases you need to help SolidWorks a bit. Here we have an example where I have modified the sketch. As shown, there are two areas in this sketch now and SolidWorks has stopped showing a preview of the extrude. Because of the multiple areas in the sketch, we need to tell SolidWorks which area must be used for the Extrude Boss. This can be done by clicking the selection box in the Select Contours section and then select the area that should be used. The preview is restored instantly and we are all good. The last section in the Extrude Boss properties is the feature scope. This is only available when the Merge checkbox is selected. By default, all the touching geometry will be merged. When Option Selected Bodies is selected, and Auto Select is unchecked, a new selection box pops up. With this selection box selected, click on the bodies of the model which should merge with this Extrude Boss. The bodies that are not included in the selection will not be merged. Hopefully this video has helped you out with mastering the Extrude Boss feature. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel so we can learn a lot more about SolidWorks and become an expert. Thanks for watching.